Hi, this is Kathleen Hassan, and I have a lot of coaching clients that are like 20 somethings. And one of the common threads with women of that age is that they feel like they should have it all together. They've graduated college, they're embarking on a career, they're looking for the guy, and they have this pressure to be perfect, to have it all figured out. And I'm helping my clients really go within and understand that they are enough just the way that they are. And I often share with them a tool or a strategy that I learned from one of my teachers, Barbara Stanny. I just love this woman. I went on her Sacred Success retreat this past year, and she just came out with a new book called Sacred Success. But the book that I bought on the retreat was called Overcoming Under Earning. And during the retreat, Barbara had us write a nasty letter to ourselves. And I remember rolling my eyes and going to my hotel room like, I've done this before. I've done exercises like this before. What's the big deal? But I decided to do it, and I wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote 7 pages of angry gunk that was inside of myself, like, oh, just pissed that I should have had it figured out by now, and you, for God's sakes, you're 50 something years old and you haven't got it figured out by now. And it was such a powerful exercise. Marianne Williamson, in her book A Return to Love, said, it's not enough to pray for the light. We must bring our darkest places to the light in order to be healed. So an exercise like that, writing a nasty letter to yourself, you want to be in your capital S self, in the part of you that knows the truth about who you are, and hold space for the wounded part within. So it's like you writing to you, but you have to be big enough to hold that space. And this morning I shared this little parable that's in Barbara's book with one of my clients, and it's just so powerful, and it's exactly what happens when we dare to go within and really address that demon within that we don't want to look at, that part of us that we've just been like so pissed at, and she's pissed at us for not honoring that she's scared. And so there's always this inner battle. You feel like you're driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, and you're burning out the engine. So I want to share with you this little parable by my friend Barbara Stanny. And it's once upon a time there was a farmer who lived at the edge of the forest where a horrible monster dwelled. The monster was mean, ugly, and threatened to destroy everything. To protect himself, the farmer built walls around his property, but no matter how high the walls the farmer built or how strong they were, the monster tore them down. One day the farmer sat at his hearth, poking at the embers, trying to spark a flame. He was cold and he was tired. My life has become unmanageable, he thought. All I do is build and rebuild walls. My crops are dying. My wife and children have left. My friends rarely come around, and those who do only complain about the monster. I'm tired of living like this. I can't take it anymore. At that very moment, a fairy godmother appeared. She introduced herself to the farmer and offered him a wish. I want the monster to go away, the farmer cried immediately. I can't make monsters disappear, she told him, but I can show you how to do it. Anything. I'll do anything, he exclaimed. You must go into the woods and find the monster, the fairy godmother said. Then look it in the eye and embrace it. The farmer was horrified. I can't do that. It'll kill me. It's already killing you, the fairy godmother said gently. The farmer was silent. She was right. He had little to lose. All right, he said firmly, I'll do it. Know this, said the fairy godmother, you won't be alone. And in that instant she was gone. The farmer was frightened but determined. Off he went into the woods. Deeper and deeper he traveled. This is crazy, he thought, pushing back branches. I've spent my whole life trying to keep the monster away, and now I'm going looking for it? How do I know this will work? Why am I taking this risk? He was just about to turn back when he heard a fierce growl, felt the earth tremble, and there, miles above him, loomed the most hideous creature he had ever seen. The farmer stood frozen. He wanted to run back to his walls, back to the safety of his cold, lonely cabin, but something kept him there. He knew what it was. The pain had gotten worse than his fear. So he looked up right into the monster's eyes, and something amazing happened. The monster started shrinking. Smaller and smaller it grew until it was no bigger than he was. Then the farmer went over, touched it cautiously. "Embrace it," he heard the words echo from a distance. The farmer took a deep breath and put his arm around the monster's neck, tentatively at first, then more willingly. And to his surprise, the monster became so tiny it could fit into the palm of his hand. He scooped it up and stared at it. It was no longer a threat, but the farmer had a sudden thought. What if it grows back? Again he heard the reassuring voice. When you learn to face what makes you fearful, it need never control you again. At last the farmer was, and all the energy he put into building walls was for building a new life. His shoulders grew stronger. A smile cracked his face. I had this power all along, he realized in amazement. Imagine what's possible now. And the voice whispered back, believe me, this is only the beginning. So I encourage you, spend some time allowing that demon within that has you gripped, that's telling you you need to be perfect before you dare embark, before you dare go out. You need to have this figured out. You can't let anybody know you don't know it all. You need to face that and give it a voice. Go within, allow it to come out, bring it to the light, and you will realize the truth about your fear. It stands for false evidence appearing real. And we want to face everything and recover. Until next time, this is Kathleen Hassan, your confidence coach. Bye-bye.